Hi, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and today we're looking at Vinegar Syndrome and Severin box sets. We're going to be ranking the Severin and Vinegar Syndrome sets that I have separately, but we're not just going to do that. I know it would be insane to try and rank the Severin and Vinegar Syndrome box sets together, to kind of lump them in as one sum and just choose a favorite from best to least. But I am insane, so we're doing that today. If you've been watching my videos the last little while, we've been doing Severin and Vinegar Syndrome videos. If you go back and watch those videos, then you're going to notice that for every Vinegar Syndrome video that I do, I'm usually wearing a Severin t-shirt. For every Severin video that I do, I'm usually wearing a Vinegar Syndrome t-shirt. Today is why. We've looked at some of the best Severin single releases. We've looked at some of the best Vinegar Syndrome releases. If you're on my Patreon channel, which I recommend, check it out if you have the ability to help out with the Patreon. We have some really great stuff coming on there, especially a live video coming on here either tonight or tomorrow. We'll find it in a little bit. But we're going to go through all these Severins that I have, all the Vinegar Syndromes that I have. We're going to rank each and every single one of them. And then after I rank them separately, we are going to rank every single one of these together. Well, I'm going to rank them together. You can give me your rankings as well. That'll be kind of a fun thing to do too. So I've got my unnamed cola over there to drink during this video. I have my box sets right here. And for lack of, I'm going to go with Severin first, and then we're going to go with Vinegar Syndrome. And then we're going to put them all in a magic mystery box and rank them as one entity. And some of you may think, hey, it's not fair, because Severin's got a couple pretty intensive boxes when it comes to, whether it's the Al Adamson set or something along the lines of the Hall of the Onsby Hours. But considering my weird taste in music and my ultra love for giallos, I'm not sure how music came in there. I meant to say movies. But either way, let's start with this. And in last place, remember, I like every single one of these sets enough that I bought them. So unless I say otherwise, I actually do dig all these sets. It's just putting them in the right order. It's my 70s slang right there. This is the Hemisphere Horrors box set. This is, hey there, George, welcome, man. This is so much fun. Way more fun than I thought it was going to be. We ordered this one and the Blood Island box set. Unfortunately, we ordered the Blood Island box set from Amazon because it was already out of print from Severin, and Amazon canceled our order. So we never did get the Blood Island box set. Who knows when these days? But we did get the Hemisphere Horror one. It came with a poster. But it's some really cool movies in here as well. So you start off with Blood Drinkers, which I thought was going to be I hadn't remembered seeing this one. I don't think I'd seen it before. Thought this was going to be a horrible movie. This was a lot of fun. I really liked this one. I liked it a lot. You get an appreciation by Dave Dakota here, Nathaniel Thompson, Howard S. Berger. I'm not going to read all the special features on these things, trust me. Chris the Vampire is also a really fun one. This is the epitome of fun in a box set. This is exactly what this is. We got the, that's the last one. We got, of course, the Brain of Blood. And the bonus feature disc on here was actually two films that would come out later on with better editions, or at least one of them would. And we'd have the Black Cat and the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. One of those two is on another box set that we got, but in a snazzier, more well-done edition. So although it does hit last place here, it's still a fantastic box set, and one that I definitely do recommend putting that over into the stuff we've already ranked area. Next up, we have this one right here, and it's the Amicus collection. I kind of thought about which order I was going to put these in, but I do love portmanteau films. And this has Asylum, and Scream Starts Not Portmanteau, or neither is The Beast Must Die. But I love Asylum. But I do love And Scream Starts. I think it's a really good film. Beast Must Die has got the Werewolf Minute. I love me some Werewolf Minutes. And the Vault of Amicus is really cool. It's a bonus disc that you only get in the set. And it has, I think, over 3 hours of interviews with Milton Subotsky. And there's audio notes by Max J. Rosenberg, an hour long of that. And then there's hours of Amicus trailers and TV spots and all that kind of cool stuff. So you want to see all their films, from Monster Club to The Uncanny to Horror Hotel to Ring a Ding Rhythm. I kid you not. That's the movie. Beast Must Die is brilliant. I love Beast Must Die. Have you guessed the werewolf in the Werewolf Minute? They kind of cheat you, don't they? This one did have numbering on it. A lot of these box sets don't, but this one I have number 3,276 out of 3,500. You can see it right there. When it comes to the Severin box sets, here's where it gets hard. See, I got more Vinegar Syndrome than I do Severin sets. But in third place is this beast of a box set. Good friend of the channel, Jose, is not a huge fan of this one, though we are here actually. And that is the Euro Crypt of Christopher Lee, Volume 1. So this is the first collection. Based just on this, I think we want Volume 2 as well. We got Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace, The Challenge the Devil, Crypt of the Vampire, Castle of the Living Dead, Theater Macabre, which is a TV series that he hosted, a kind of an anthology TV series, and The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. I told you that movie is going to come back around again, and here it is. It also came with a pretty cool big book here, which I'll show you right now, written by Jonathan Rigby. Christopher Lee, The Continental Connection. And I initially really, in all seriousness, wanted this, Theater Macabre. But when I found the other ones out as well, I was glad I got everything. And I love that it's such a sturdy, well-done box set. This is a hard box. As you can see, when I showed you those earlier boxes, it was the old school, this could fall apart at any minute type of box. You know what I mean? The really thin ones. Yep. But in second place for Severin, and remember, once we start ranking these together, it's going to change. You hated Sherlock Holmes and Challenge the Devil, Castle of the Living Dead was awesome. See, I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, so I get it, but I'm also pretty much a slave to anything Holmesian, good or bad. The LMs and the Masterpiece Collection. This is the set that changed everything for Severin. Before this, they had been making Amicus sets, and they were making sets like the the Blood Island sets. But all of a sudden, this came about, and this was a game changer. Nobody but Criterion, with their Ingmar Bergman set, had been doing things like this, comprehensive sets. Nobody had decided that, hey, we're going to take somebody that nobody would ever think about taking and do a comprehensive box set on them. Hey there, Vince. Welcome, man. Like Christopher Lee box sets are good, but some movies just don't have enough Christopher Lee. I think that's why it's called the Christopher Lee Euro Crypt. So, it's their out. But I guess we could say it's making us want more Christopher Lee. We'll go with that. But I think after the second one is much more comedic, and some people consider it more a more fun box set. But I do like the first one. But yeah, this changed things. And I had hoped at the time that since we'd seen Severin do something along the lines of this. Hey there, Dave, man, welcome. 10 years. I was hoping we see other companies would step up and say, okay, you know what, we're going to do stuff like this. We're going to do stuff. We're going to see amazing, award-winning documentaries, like intensive box sets. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that yet. The closest we got to something like that was the Renato Cardona the third set, or the second, whatever, Renato Cardona Jr.'s sets. And the least we talk about those, the better it is for my health and sanity. And in first place, it's not a surprise. Is it a surprise, Dave? You know it's not going to be a surprise. It's all the Hans B. Auer's box set. Severin went again once above and beyond with this set right here. It has 12 Blu-rays, 3 CDs, 20 feature films, 15 plus hours of special features. I'm reviewing this set for my series. Like, this is a set that I promised to review, and it is so intensive that it's so overwhelming that I've gone through certain things and I've started over and said, I got to rewatch this. I got to get my thoughts on this one. So this is an amazing set. But let's talk Vinegar Syndrome. because Vinegar Syndrome did some amazing sets as well, and we're going to see them right here. Now, here's the thing: I don't have every Vinegar Syndrome set. I don't obviously have every Severin set. Oh, Indy, man, welcome. Very soon, the Emmanuel set will be added to this list. I'm still waiting to have that Emmanuel set added to my. Whoa! Hold on a second. My cat fell, and something fell on her, so I had to make sure she was okay. Chillaram, I have that one actually. So for those that don't know, we did the Severin sets. We're going to do the Vinegar Syndrome sets, but then we're going to take it one step further. The Lindsey Baker set. Oh my God. I am a bad guy. It's up there. That's why I didn't see it. Do you know what? You're right. Mike is right. Mike is taking me to task. Give me a second, guys. I'll try not to fall down and kill myself. Now, this is like, no, the cat was okay. Me forgetting Lindsey Baker said, that's a me fail, though. It's up there. Wish me luck. I can get it. I think. Yeah, it's going to be hard.
I would rather you don't.
I got to.
No, use the chair.
What?
Use the chair.
Use the chair?
Mm-hmm.
I hate using the chair.
No, like move the chair closer.
This is here. We are live. People are going to see me falling on my ass live. I'm trying intensely not to kill myself. Ooh.
Careful.
Now, don't say that I don't go even farther and give you Saturday morning cereal type of adventures in my videos, because holy crap. The Lindsey Baker set. I'm glad you mentioned it. But where does it rank between the other sets? It's number one, even above the All the Haunts Be Ours set. If there's any box set, if you ask me to tell you there's any Severin box set with special features, with music, with movies that I have watched more than anything else, it's this set right here. I recommended this set to a lot of people, and luckily and gladly a lot of people got it. All four films here are amazing. Some people don't like the fourth one as much because it's not as sleazy as the other three. But it's good. Like, she gets to do a different type of character in Knife of Ice that she does in the other films. It's got great music, some fantastic soundtracks. And although the most intensive box sets are still the ones that I mentioned before, this is easily my number one, even though I forgot about it. Why? Because for some reason it was up there away from the other Severin box sets. And why is that? Because it's the one I watched the most. But I guess with that, I need a drink, and then we're going to go and talk about Vinegar Syndrome, because we got a bunch of Vinegar Syndrome boxes here too. Hopefully I didn't forget any of these. And before you mention it, VSUs, VSPs, and like any 4K box set is not going to count for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff as same as VSA is. We're just going to go, what's the best Lindsey Baker? For me, God, it's between Orgasmo, otherwise known as Paranoia, which I think is an amazing film. The first three are really, really great. And maybe A Quiet Place to Kill. I don't have nasty habits. I wish I did, actually. It's my dad has it, Jesse, and I think he really liked it. And I know that my better half is amazingly surprised that my dad would have a box set about sleazy nuns. She's actually more surprised that I don't have a box set, but Sleazy Nuns. But hey, is it all region locked? Well, that's a good question. Actually, not all these are. Now, this one probably is, I'm going to guess, because 88 Films, as you know, George, did the majority of these films over there. So this one here would have like Knife of Ice would be region locked. Orgasmo, Paranoia would be region locked. But A Quiet Place to Kill and So Sweet, So Perverse are all region. It is really close as a mic. These are really quality ones. When I put something above the full core box set, it's telling. You love Naughty Duns, don't we all? And that's your birthday present. Nastiness Citation set. We're going to get into lots of naughty stuff in a second because we're going to be talking about Vinegar Syndrome. And I'm going to be honest when it comes to these box sets and ranking them in order, even when it goes against my best interest. Because although I desperately want a second volume of this is going to have to go in last place. Televised Terrors Volume 1 is a great box set. It has fantastic movies. It's got some great special features, but not enough special features, I don't think, to be totally honest with you. When you put it up against the Primetime Panic box set, the easily Primetime Panic wins. The Milan Lindsey set, that one will be amazing. Anybody that's looking at the sets, by the way, George lives in the UK, so he's probably got a lot of the Thomas Milan or Umberto Lindsey ones because he gets a lot of 88 film stuff. But the Milan Lindsey box set is a really, really nice looking set. I definitely want it. The only one that I have is Almost Human. I only got that on DVD in the old Shameless Screen Entertainment. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Jesse. Version. But when they've been putting in such good box sets, like the Thomas Milian Umberto Lindsey set, the Black Emmanuel set. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't want that in the collecting sphere right now. That's the set. That's it. That's what everybody wants in the Christmas tree this year. Laura Gemser. There we go. But yeah, this goes in last place. Not because it's bad. I actually really like this, and I do want to see a second volume of this. But something's got to be in last place, guys. Something's got to be at last place. That was number 7, by the way. So in 6th place, and this is a hard one, I am going to have to put, and I do like this set, Forgotten Jelly Volume 2. I think there's some good TV movies. I mean, like the girl that Amanda Reyes wrote a book on TV film called Are You in the House Alone? And if you can get your hands on it, I don't have it anymore. I used to have it. I recommend it because she did a really good job. Like there's things like Gargoyles, of course, that we've all seen. There's a ton of those there's one with Charlene Tilton from Dallas fame. She plays like this girl that goes hitchhiking. And there's a lot of really good TV horror films. I would love to actually spend some time researching. I'll do a video on it, actually. Yeah, 4. That's a problem with a lot of people with the Million sets. I see some people grabbed all those Italian ones from 88 Films. We'll have to see what the upgrade is and the features. Forgotten Jelly Volume 2 is the first Forgotten Jelly Volume set to hit the list, and it's in 6th place. I do like this one. It's got Girl in Room 2A, which is probably, though, my least favorite of all the Forgotten Jelly ones here. Rosabella Neri is in this. I expected more Rosabella Neri in this one here. But My Dear Killer is okay as well. French Sex Murders is really good. But for me, this was the least of the Forgotten Jelly box sets. And it's one I go back to at least. And I've watched each of these around like 3 to 4 times. Because Jelly is my life, guys. I think my better half would agree with that one. Next up is the Camille Keaton and Italy box set, which I 100% recommend you check out. Yesterday's awesome. Remember when that was a thing? Now it's all like, what's the new Netflix movie? Or like, this latest Netflix movie is the scariest movie of all time. People can't finish it. Everybody's not saying it. You went on Twitter, you made an article based on 4 or 5 tweets that you found on Twitter. That is not journalism. Camille Keaton in Italy. is an incredible box set. We got Madeline, Tragic Ceremony, and surprisingly, my least favorite, Sex of the Witch. It's just me, guys. You call the movie Sex of the Witch, you think it's gonna be my favorite. And you gotta love this. Look at this. Look at this. Look how incredible this looks. Huh? With the Sex of the Witch, it says here too that 10 minutes of additional last sex scenes. What does that mean? It means they should have stayed last. Oh my God, they are so boring and they overextend those scenes so much. But it is a cool set. Oh, I didn't like the set. I didn't see that video then. But no, it is a really good set. It's well done. Camille Keaton is a great actress that doesn't get enough credit, to be honest with you. But these here are really good, and they weren't ones that were easy finds either. So they really worked hard when it came to this set. Am I interested in Primetime Panic Volume 2? It's a really good question. I'm very interested in Primetime Panic Volume 2. I love Fun City Editions. I love the guy behind Fun City Editions. I'm not sure the reasoning behind going with MVD. Hopefully that'll work out. But I was a little bothered by the fact with that. Not because I hope that he's getting really good, because Fun City Editions are amazing. I want Primetime Panic Volume 2 1,000,000%. Because I know Volume 1 was amazing, and I know he'll go even further. That's the way he's been doing with this stuff. So yeah, definitely interest. So number 4, right? And see, that's a good thing when you got a set where you haven't seen most of the movies. That's always cool. Is Sex of the Witch your favorite, really? No, I like that, actually. I mean, it is kind of Giallo-esque. I would consider it Giallo. It definitely plays out like a Giallo. I wouldn't 100% consider it a Giallo film. All right, in 4th place, it's the OG. It is Angel, the Angel Collection. Man, do I love this set. See, I grew up with these films. And every single one of these, a different person plays Angel. Now, people ask often, and I was asked this a lot when this set came out, why isn't there 4 films on the set? Where's the 4th Angel film? Well, the 4th Angel film was done as a pilot for a TV series, actually. Yeah, I know there was a lot of sexy scenes in it, but it was going to be a sexy TV series. So it really isn't so much kind of like one of the initial films. The character of Angel almost completely different in that film. So the first one is really good. It's a thriller. It's an excellent film. The second one takes a lot of comedic stuff with it. Angel 2 does what Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Evil Dead 2 do, in that, okay, we've done it really serious. Let's go wacky with it. And the first time I saw Angel 2, I didn't like it because Avenging Angel is the name, by the way, because they went too wacky with it. But when I watched it here again, I enjoyed it for what it was. But I did feel better when they got to Angel 3. Because in the third Angel film, it gets back to being like it's a revenge title. It's like it's a bit more serious. And it's Mitzi Capture, who I think is great in this one here. Like they're all good. Like we got Don. There we got. So we got Donna Wilkes here in the first one, Betsy Russell in part 2, and Mitzi Capture in the third film. I love the way that is done, so we can see so that you see all the different angels. And so for those who don't know, Angel is a series that was about, the first one was really serious, was about a high school girl that doesn't have any family. And basically her family is her street family. She goes to school, she gets really good grades, and at night she's a prostitute. At this point in time, there is a killer going around that is killing prostitutes, killing some of her friends. And it's a very cool, very creepy killer. Very well done. Hey there, Matt. Welcome, man. So it's always got a strong recommendation for me. The box set is no longer anything that's available, but you can buy 3 of them separately. And a good time to buy them is during the sale. I don't know if the Carlos Enriquez Tabata set is on my list. I don't have it yet. A lot of the newer stuff I don't have because where I do live over here in Morocco now, it's a lot harder for me to get some of the sets. And where this this has become my primary. This is my job right now. Hey there, Charlie. uh, Aaron's had to curb limited spending. So if anybody wants to super chat or donate or join the Patreon, it is much appreciated if you want to. If don't, hit the like button. Either way, just as long as you're here and you have a good time. That's the most important part. We're down to our top 3 before we put them all together in a battle royale of the box sets. So in number 2, we are going to put. Do you know what it is? No, sorry, number 2, number 3. Number 3, we're going to put. Okay, there's Stand the Sounds. Welcome. The Amityville Cursed collection. Man, do I like these films. I grabbed the Scream Factory Anvil 1 to 3 box set when it came out right away. That was one of the first ones that we grabbed. We're at, I think, HMV, right? And that's where we ended up picking it up too. But these I like even more. I'm not going to lie to you. As much as I love Amityville 2 and its slice of sleaze, that is Amityville 2, an American film made by Italian filmmakers. And you can tell, I love this set. The first film in this set is a TV movie, by the way, guys. But you know what? It's a damn good TV movie, and it works really well. The Curse Collection is based on a book, basically. Which film? That's the first one. We get to hell, tell them that angel sent you. I'm pretty sure that's the first one. I think it's the first one. It's the first one, third one. I'm trying to remember. What I remember most about the first one more than anything else, aside from the amazing, like cast of character actors, is that the guy, the lead, the villain is so good. Now, I'm probably wrong, Jesse. I'm wrong so often. So I just let you know. But Anvil Curse Collection is great. It was based on a book that were basically Anvil House is pretty much taken apart. The stuff is sold off, and items from the Anvil House are cursed. It's like Friday the 13th, the TV series. Now we're down to our last 2 sets, and they're both Forgotten Jelly sets. And in second place, Patty Duke. You gotta love Patty Duke, man. We have Forgotten Jelly Volume 1, the one that started it all, the one that caused a hell of a bunch of complaining online. I kid you not. There's a certain forum site, he which shall not be named, which complained a lot about the set. Why? Because it was Forgotten Jelly, and it actually had the audacity. Hey there, Sarah. Welcome, man. To have films that weren't well known. So we're going to point that out again. It's called Forgotten Jelly, and it had films that people didn't know, or maybe forgot that they knew, and people complain about that. Well, this is a good set. Trauma is a lot of fun. Super cheesy stuff. Police Are Blundering in the Dark is way cheap. Not as cheap as the third one. The Killer. No, there's definitely the cheapest one, but it is also the sleaziest one, and it is in its own weird way kind of the most fun of the set. The Killer is 1 of 13, is the tamest of all of them, and it has Paul Nash in it. And yeah, there are definitely some Forgotten Jelly, but they're fun, and I've watched them a few times. Trauma is the one that hits me the hardest because we get to the ending of Trauma, and it's one of those moments where, oh, dude, I use as a phrase for male and female and otherwise. I hope it didn't offend you, but I use that for everybody. My kids are female, and we have conversations where just the word dude is used. Oh, it's a thing we do. But I can do that. And in number 1 spot is Forgotten Jelly Volume 3. Oh, I love this set. I truly love this set. Forgotten Jelly Volume 3 has some great stuff in here. It has Murder Mansion with the fantastic Evan Stewart. If it's a good enough price, man, like some of these are going out of we're going to look at those afterwards. We're going to go to the website after, by the way. I got it already queued up here. Crazy Desires of Murder may be my favorite on the set. And it didn't start out, but it is just, it's got like these side stories that seem like they're taking away from it. But then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Is this going to play into it? Or is this going to be something totally different? It's pretty cool. And Autopsy, which is probably the most well-known of all the Forgotten Jelly volumes, sets right here. Yeah, I always go by Maddie. Maddie's got good taste with stuff. I can put the blame on Maddie now. There we go. But there you go. Forgotten Jelly, Volume 3 is the top of the Vinegar Syndromes. Now we have the hard part. We're ranking them all together. I can tell you what's in last place, and it's the Severin set. See, the order of the ranking now is going to severely change. Just because I put something in top in Vinegar Syndrome or top in Severin doesn't mean it's going to be top when we put them together. This is the crazy part. This is the Frankensteining of the video. Now things change. Now things go up in the air because these are gone up against one another. They're all in one pool. I don't have Volume 4 yet, but I love Sister of Ursula. That's Barbara McNulty and Mark Perot, I think. If I'm wrong in that, I apologize, but I think it's Mark Perot because I think she was dating him at the time. And that is, super sleazy. Not as sleazy, Jesse, though, as Arabella. That would be the sleaziest one on that set. By the way, guys, if you like your Giallos to be super sleazy with a ton of nudity and as much unneeded sex as possible, Volume 4. It's right where you go. It's me and my better have watched Sister of Ursula. We have the Shameless Screen Entertainment edition of it, and I think she was kind of amazed, but I think she liked it. In last place, out the 5-volume Giallo Essentials box sets from Arrow. Well, I can't add this in munchies because this is just a Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. And I only have one of the Giallo Essentials because I've got all the other ones separately. That's the black edition, and I'm still waiting to get that one from Paris. So fingers crossed. Oh, that's like me. I like what I like. I likes what I likes, and I stands by it. So in last place is going to be Hemisphere Horrors, which is going to sadden my better half because I know this is one of her personal favorites. She actually loves these. But I've got to be fair. And second to last place, and this is where it gets weird, is Televised Terrors Volume 1. Love the set. I want to see more. What I really want to see on this is more special features on the next set. And just keep going with the type of films you're going through. I don't expect you to put monster films on here. It's televised terror. So I expect to be kind of like this. Be like either like murder stories or cautionary tale type things. Terror. Basically terror stuff. And next place, we are putting the Amicus set, which I really love, but I wish there had been just one more film on here to make it like a 4-film set, and I had a 5th volume, 5th disc be like the Vault of Amicus. I think it just needed one more film, even though I do love every film. So, I was asked where my hot wife is. She's working, actually. She's working on the computer, doing some stuff for her mom, I think. Next up, and I told you things are going to be in the unique order because when I put them together, it changes everything. It changes the order of the sets that I've got done here. This is the Anvil Curse Collection. I love this set. I love all the films on it. Some more than others, but I think Dollhouse is great because Zombie Dad. Gotta love Zombie Dad. And I think It's About Time has the really hot girl and the scene in the beginning. I like that. In Next up, oh, we're still going with, we're going to be putting Forgotten Jelly Volume 2 with Girl in Room 2A, My Dear Killer, and the French Sex Murders. I'm going to see if I can actually get these all linked up against one another. And after that is going to go the Eurocrypt Christopher Lee, Volume 1, which, although I do like it, I get why a lot of people don't like it. There's not a lot of Christopher Lee like in this. But I didn't go in expecting there to be much Christopher Lee in it because I knew with a lot of his Euro films, it was kind of the stuff that he didn't actually work in a lot. Next up, It's About Time. We're going to put, this is where we switch things up, guys. Forgotten Jelly Volume 1. With Trauma, Police Are Blundering in the Dark, which is still one of my favorite titles. And The Killers 1 to 13. Is It's About Time the one with the scene at the beginning? That scene? just for tearing Humphrey Bogart. He actually was in a few films. He did. I think if it's the right guy, it's the same guy from The Man that had Bogart's face, right? And next up is the Angel set. Right here. I love this set, but it's gonna be part next. We're gonna have a ranking of this, by the way, and then we're gonna go to the website. And after that, we're gonna shock you. We're gonna rock your world and put the Al Adamson set next. Nobody would have expected it. Are the films? That's it. They are actually. Oh no, slip covers. No, they don't have slip covers. It will be only later that Vinegar Syndrome will start doing like slip covers and like inside box sets. So it's just like regular films. I'll show you in a second, actually. No, Angel is pretty tame, actually. Donna Wilkes, even though she was older and she was playing a teenager, is not nude. And like Donna Wilkes has been nude in lots of films. She's not nude in The Angel ones. They're very tame films. They're thrillers, and they do have like spatterings of nudity throughout, but they're probably way tamer than Jowls or stuff like that. They're more of like thriller films. Hey there, Rafe. And this is where you throw a monkey wrench into again, because now we have Forgotten Jelly Volume 3, which was number 1 in my Vinegar Syndrome list. But in my overall list, it ranks here, right beneath Camille Keaton in Italy. I told you. You couldn't guess this stuff. I was right. Documentary is fantastic. Me and my better half, if you're a Patreon member and you haven't checked it out yet, me and better half watched Dracula versus Frank. Didn't we watch Dracula versus Frankenstein and did like a live commentary on it? So yeah, check that out. And we're down to the final 2. And this is where things get predictable. In second place is the Folk Horror Compendium, All the Hauntsby Hours. Yeah, Pretty Peaches is much different. And in first place, and almost forgotten, I can't believe it, is the Umberto Lindsey Carol Baker set. So, altogether, 13, Magic number 13. In 13th place, Hemisphere Horrors from Severin. In 12th place, Televised Terrors from Vinegar Syndrome, Volume 1. In 11th place, the Amicus Collection. In 10th place, Anvil Curse Collection. In 9th place, Forgotten Jelly, Volume 2. In 8th place, the Eurocrypt Christopher Lee. 7th place, Forgotten Jelly, Volume 1. In 6th place, the Angel Collection. In 5th place, the Al Adamson Collection. In 4th place, we have Forgotten Jelly, Volume 3. In 3rd place, we got Camille Keaton in Italy. In 2nd place, we have All the Hauntsby Hours. And in 1st place, we have the Umberto Lindsey Carol Baker set. Are you participating in the Vinegar Syndrome sale? It depends. It's not like that right now. Am I going to be like going live with the sale and helping everybody else like pick things and stuff like that? Yes. Well, am I going to be buying anything at this point? Um, it's doubtful, and the reason for it being doubtful is basically just due to the fact that Jesse did this. Like when I was in Canada, this was my secondary job, and and I had my job right here. This is my primary thing. So right now, like we're tighter when it comes to finances. We're just juggling a bit, all the fun stuff, but enjoying it in the sunny, beautiful weather that is Morocco, and enjoying it in the presence of all you guys. But I do definitely want to get those Forgotten Jelly ones down the road. Thank you. I mean, like I wanted to do something different. I wanted to make sure that my ranking with Vinegar Syndrome and Severin wasn't going to be predictable in that, okay, everything that gets ranked in order is going to be ranked in that same order once we do it. Oh, there are so many great things coming this year. It's going to be great. Like for a guy that does this stuff and for like this for my channel, this is fantastic. I looked at my better half and I said, look at all the stuff that's coming this year. The thing, if there's anything like I got to say that is most like wanted for me particularly, is probably the Black Emmanuel set, because that, like, if anybody watches my channel, that speaks to me. That is me. That is my my piece of Resistance of Sleeves. That's my favorite Pretty Peaches at number one, actually. Definitely number one. Desiree Costoa is incredible. And although I do like the second one, and I do like the third one. The third one's much more when it comes to it. It's a bit more experimental. Alex Lorenzi is really good. Had to move all these moves from Morocco. It is very far. So Munchies, this is how it worked. So what we did first is we took all of our movies and we packed them up. We said, okay, we're taking a chance. We're bringing them to Morocco. After that, we looked at some of the movies that I had in my collection and we said, yeah, that ain't happening. So we unpacked all those movies and we packed them again, taking out the inside slips for the films. Then we realized some of the, we're still planning to do the B&B down the road, definitely. That's going to take that's a use at least probably a couple years down the road, because there's a lot of work that's got to go into it before we get started on that. We still plan to do the B&B. I still plan to teach as well. That's something that hasn't changed either. Teaching's not. I actually will probably make more money here. That's what the teaching around here, because you're just teaching random classes. Some I'll do for free, some that I'm because the schools and I want to help out, and other ones that they'll be able to get at least a stipend from, right? And plus, things are going on where basically I'm learning a new language in that too. So it's always that aspect of it too. But it's, the fun part of it. So after that, then what we did is we took a bunch of them, put them in these here cases like this with 400. Took the ones that were most problematic, literally took them on our back. I'm not kidding. We had like big backpacks and took them through customs so that we wouldn't have to worry about that. Still, we had all those other movies going on by boat to be crated up. So it got there. And when you have like over, was it like 10,000? So 10,000 movies, customs look at you and they're like, you got a store, don't you? You got a store. And you're like, no, we don't have a store. So it was along the lines of like, I can't say anything, but it was like, I'm just going to open my palm and not say anything else, but we'll just say we eventually got them through. But so that's the story behind the movies getting here. It was not easy. And we packed everything, like even stuff we didn't want to take with us at the time, around it to make it not look like a store. Miss Maker said, don't have hot and saucy, Pizza Girls, Bob Chan, definitely. Back when, yeah, well, Indy, we're like brothers from another mother when it comes to this stuff. But let's dive in. Let's look at the stuff. $2,000 is nothing to blink at, man. $2,000 is a lot of freaking movies. So we know now that, and before I go any farther with this, what I should do is I should read out the announcement that that they put out there, because yesterday there was an announcement. And I do want to talk about it. Because they announced what their the stuff for Blade in the Dark. So I'm going to read that out, and then we're going to go from that to looking at the looking here. What's the VSL box set going to be? What movies will it be? We don't know yet, Jesse. Was it? I think Jose said, but Master Chaos, sorry guys, that he's hoping that it's creamy, because, and it very well could be, because they haven't uh, talked about like creamy at all. What's the cutoff month for the sale? So it's going to be from May 26th to May 29th for the Vinegar Syndrome sale. So, and the way that's working right now is they're listed all the features for Blade in the Dark. I'm going to read those out right now. Blade in the Dark is actually a really good film, especially if you want to see the kid from House by the Cemetery get killed. You're going to see that. That's not a spoiler. It's the beginning of the film. So we're excited to present the longest ever version at 109 minutes. Compared the runtime on previous releases, both its original Italian and English dub tracks, new and exclusives restored from its 16mm OCN, along with the disc debut theatrical version. Other features will include commentary track with story continues for the extended cut, commentary track with film historian and author Kat Ellinger, gotta love that for the extended cut. As it usually goes back around 3 months when it comes to the 50% off. Matt asked like what features where does it go for 50% off. So this one's going to be in May. So I'd say probably go back to February. We got Don't Go Down the Stairs, a new interview with director Lamberto Bava, a new interview with screenwriter Dardano Sacchi here as well. We got a brand new interview with cinematographer Gio Lorenzo Battagli. We got a Gothic Slashers of Lamberto Bava video essay by film historian Sam Deegan. Behind the Blade, an archival interview with Lamberto Bava and Dardano Sacchi. All the Colors of Giallo, a feature-length documentary exploring Giallo films, directed by Federico Cadillo. Is that the one that was on the Severin set that Severin put out? Isn't All the Colors of Giallo? So I think that's a port over from Severin, because Severin put out All the Colors of Giallo and All the Colors of the Dark as a set together. My better half got it for me, and it came with like gloves, so if she ever wants to kill me, she's got black gloves to do it with. Oh yeah, I did see the Yazoo announcement actually. And it's going to come with like theatrical trailers and a 40-page perfect bound book with essays by Carolyn Kopko, Alexander Hellier Nicholas, and Dana Reynolds. He said, "We hope you're excited as we are for Paul Verhoeven's legendary Showgirls, presented on 4K UHD. I'm actually kind of not, but most people are. So that's been their biggest selling one so far. So it just shows you I'm a bit out of the loop when it came to that one. I was 100% wrong in that one. I'm going to own my wrongness there. And a comprehensive set of extras. Uli Lamo's Video Nasty Classic, The Boogeyman on 4K. That's actually pretty cool, but I would prefer, I hope that putting The Boogeyman on 4K UHD does what they did with Freeway. Because when Freeway came out on 4K, I'm like, that's interesting. I'm glad Freeway is coming out, but I really love to see Freeway 2 because it's harder to get. It's harder to find. It's just weirder. So what happened? I was literally on here talking before the announcements and talking about how much I want to see Freeway 2 come out. Bam, Freeway 2 gets announced. Psychic, I tell you, I'm psychic. And now they've announced Boogeyman by Uli Lamo in 4K UHD. I'm really hoping that we're going to get at least a Blu-ray, if not a 4K of Boogeyman 2. I don't mean the Return of Boogeyman. I don't mean the rip-off one. With like, Boogeyman 2, where is it the toothpaste or something that attacks the person? It's weird. It is so weird. I love it. We also get the trio of Spanish horror rarities here. from in their Village of the Damned set. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I'm not going to do it well. The Horse from Spain. With summer just around the corner, it'll soon be the season to sweat, and our set of World 4K UHD and BD Blu-ray Premiere secret titles would be the perfect party favorite. So this is where it gets interesting. Because they're not telling us anything about these titles. What they're telling us is this. And with Mother's Day this weekend, we can't help but be reminded of one of our upcoming VSAs with its cute, cuddly, and vicious take on a mother's love. I'm a big Natasha Lyonne fan, so I do actually do like Freeway 2 better. And anybody like got any guesses for this one here? Cute, cuddly, vicious take on mother's love. Well, familial feuds and some deadly blows enliven what may be the wackiest VSA since Champagne and Bullets, Vanity Project and all. So we got another Vanity Project title here, which hope is going to be really fun and really cheesy. So we have one here that looks like it could be a I don't think it's going to be K Parker. Not for these. These are the regular ones. And we got one that's going to be more of an action, kind of an action Vanity Project again. Plus, we're staying extra cryptic on our upcoming VSL4 film collection. Although it's newly commissioned artwork, style has been made. It's one of the most recent. It's newly commissioned artwork. It's one of our most recent favorites. So much so that its style has been made the theme of our next duel of variant slips. So if you remember the last time around, they did a different theme on their variant slips. They did comic book theme, very much a Makeflix style theme. And we are going to dive into Makeflix a bit today too, because they usually have sales here. And I think it's good to like go through all the stuff. We want to be ready. And as these weeks go on, if you're a patron member too, you can have live videos on there as well, stuff that I can't talk about on here. Like I'm not like addressing a lot when it comes to like Birdie Peaches or the K Parker, because I don't want to. I don't want to like. YouTube's gotten extremely rough on channels and getting things shut down. Look at Severin, man. So I gotta, it does make it a bit more, be a bit more careful with some things, unfortunately. I wish I didn't have to be. But until there's a YouTube alternative that lets you like talk a bit more freely, that's Crimson Cult, guys. It's in the link below. And I am working on doing up a Discord, a new Discord for it as well. So you guys can talk even when I'm not here. So yeah, the variant slips were done for Bloodbeat and Tammy and the T-Rex. They were kind of really comic book variant slips and really made them look like comic books. We had the comic style, Makeflix style art front that had Alley Cat used on it. And this is going to be something different as well. Now, last time it was a bit, some people loved the Tammy and the T-Rex stuff. Some people hated it. But I liked both. But it'll be interesting to see what they go with, and hopefully something that's going to be a crowd pleaser. And it also said here that Vinegar Syndrome Press has been working at preparing another onslaught of posters, shirts with more beautiful new designs, with new stocks of few old favorites. I am kind of interested. I know that Ebon Press has been taken over by Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm wondering if maybe we'll get our first Ebon Press in this new in this sale. For those who don't know, Ebon Press is a comic book company, and they're more known for releases along the lines of the stuff they do, like the Franco, the Fulci films, like House by the Cemetery, like the comic books or The Beyond, or Maniac, who I'm listing, like a comic version of that and a continuation. So it'll be interesting to see if we get that as well. What half as much? It's okay, man. I understand. You can bring it up all you want to. I just, if I don't respond to every question, that's why. Denise Richards. And finally, as we announced last week, we moved the yearly subscription from Black Friday to January. We know that. We saw that happen. We will be moving the halfway subscription from the halfway Black Friday sale to July 1st. So that means they'll be have a mini subscriber week from July 1st to July 7th. And they got some more information on that coming up soon. And I just got a message from my cousin Raj. He's been watching the Zelda footage online for Tears of the Kingdom, which has made my cousin finally go out to buy a Nintendo Switch. I'm so happy. Yeah, I want to see some more comics. Like with comics we've seen with Severin stuff, there's a lot been with the Italian photo comics, but with Evon Press, we can get some really interesting stuff come about. Whether it's stuff that's been being re-released, stuff that's being released in like in graphic novel format, or different imported slated format. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be super exciting. So before we go into Vinegar Syndrome or Severin, let's look at the smaller company right here, J.R. Brookwaters' company, Makeflix. Because I think that in the whole idea of these sales and stuff that go on, and the Severin and the Vinegar Syndrome, that you gotta look towards some of the smaller companies too that work their butts off and don't get the credit and the notice that let's say a Vinegar Syndrome or Severin does. So let's dive into J.R. Brookwaters' company, Makeflix. That's having like David Sterling, guys like that, get more of a voice. And then we'll go back to Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. But I think it's important to do. Now, as you can see, they've put in some Full Moon stuff here as well, because we have Full Moon's Grinders collection. That Fraulein's in uniform. I thought it was okay. Out of print title, only 30 available. 8 are only. There's only 8 left. By the way, $14.99. So if you're a fan of this one, it's part of the Grinders series. And basically, they have like a lot of kind of cool, cheesy stuff. I got like 3 Grinders titles from Full Moon, about like 3-pack. But here, I'll actually read you the description. I will read you dramatic description. 1973, color, by the way, 1981. It's a region free for those who need to know. Hitler appeals to young women to form a volunteer corps to help fight along the soldiers. Knowing of the horrors and sexual debasement involved behind the apparent glamour, Dr. Cohn, who is responsible for examination of volunteers' 2 daughters of his own, persuades many girls to return home, a humane gesture for which the Gestapo sent him to the Russian front. Little is he to know that his daughters have been caught up, and one is being held prisoner in the village. His group are about to engage to attack. Fraulein's in uniform. The crowd pleaser, I guess. It's for, if you're a fan of like Nazi exploitation, you're gonna love it. We have the Camp Blood collection. I only have the first 3 of these. Oh, that is sacrilege. You said you thought it was just Franco film and you never picked it up? Oh, come on, Franco. I will win you over with Franco yet, Mike. There are 2 left in the Camp Blood collection set. And I'm guessing, hopefully, they'll have some of these on sale during the sale. Dave Stern's a very interesting character. We got to speak to him one Christmas over Facebook. Really nice guy. So this is the Camp Blood series. These are films that start out strange and get really stranger. But I enjoy this. This includes the 3D one here, I'm pretty sure, as well. And look at that. There's like, it's a 10 disc box set, 10 Blu-rays with a 3D Blu-ray there. Guys, a 3D Blu-ray from Sterling Entertainment. And it's a made-on-demand Blu-ray and box set, which I think is really important. Like that, they let people know, okay, these are coming out. They're made on demand, as you would for something like this. We have The Haunting Fear here. And as usually during every one of these here, like Makeflix sales, we'll have 2 brand new titles. Like, don't quote me on this for this year because it hasn't been said yet. But normally there's 2 brand new titles with exclusive slipcovers and a sale going on during that. Makeflix exclusive. The Hills Have Thighs. Wynorski? Is it Wynorski? Yes, it is. Of course it is. Directed by the legendary Jim Wynorski, the guy that brought us Chopping Mall and Return of Swamp Thing before he started doing movies like The Hills Have Thighs, and of course the Witches of Brestwick. I kid you not. That, my friends, that's the thing. Yeah, ratings actually. I will actually type of Ratings afterwards. Ratings is a company that I tried to get review copies for, but where I live over here, it was too expensive for them to send me review copies. They were really super nice about it though, and they told me, I said, I'd keep an eye on their releases. Obviously, I couldn't review them because it's harder for me to get them. I can't get them where I'm at. So I still work when it comes to like other companies like Mill Creek and stuff. That I still get review stuff from them, and I will be showing you some stuff actually this week that I got from Mill Creek. Some Steelbook goodness. But Ratings has been doing some really good stuff. I'd like to sometime get my hands on it. So if I don't know, I may reach out to them again, see if they can send something to my Canadian area, and see if that can be done. If not, then I should do my best to cover them. But I can't cover. It's hard to cover things where you don't have the copies. I don't like to. Nothing against. It's just if I don't have the ability to review it, I don't want to just like, I guess, ape what other people have already said. I guess that's the best way about it. But they look to have good stuff. The hills have it's just really hot. Well, it looks like warm there. Jordan of Sin is there. It's a Makeflix exclusive. People to Kill. Monique Gabriel, Angel Eyes. I actually got the DVD of this one. I heard there's great stuff about them. I really have. I've heard fantastic stuff. I've heard from George. I've heard seen online that people have said some great stuff about them. I'd say like look for Just the Discs and look for Heath from as well. Serial Midnight. Yeah, there. I blanked out. Serial Midnight and Just the Discs for 100%. We'll have those releases. Don't say I don't send channels other places. Oh, I think my better ass gonna be super excited now. We got some Slade Collins movies here, guys. Slade Collins, In and Out of Time, and Slade Collins and the Tree of Life. Who is Slade Collins, you might ask? Who is Slade Collins? I have no clue. It looks like fun, cheesy action stuff, though. Hey, Neil, welcome, man. Yeah, I like Angel Eyes. I got the DVD. I would have loved to upgrade that one eventually. But I would buy it. Oh, Hind, you would buy this. Slade Collins. It's a relic hunter. And looks like he was, I don't know, $1,000 budget. So, you have the Shock Cinema Collection. Here's one I really want. Is this the one? We have The Haunting of Lalonde right here. There's so many of these films. Shock Cinema is really cool. I actually remember this one. I used to have like a VHS version of the first one. I think it's Brink Stevens. I think it's Brink. Yeah, okay, yes, it is Brink Stevens. So what it is, it's a bit of like a kind of like different things like interviews and clip stuff, like stuff you'd see like people do on maybe like on YouTube or stuff like that. But back then you'd have like kind of different things like blooper reels, like scenes from like different films, like interviews from different people. It was a really cool, like it's a curio on definitely of its time, right? Like I got the movie Murder Weapon, and it's a Linnea Quigley film. And there's additional behind the scenes footage from Murder Weapon there, 59 minutes of it actually, which is super cool. A 47-minute with outtakes from an interview with J.R. Bookwater. I love this art. Like this is what I say when you see the Alley Cat one and you see this here Shock Cinema, you see there's kind of cartoony style that they put, almost comic book style, that they put to their releases, and it's so good. I really like it. The Dead Matter, 3 films. 3 Day set is here as well. We got Cinema Macabre from from Dave Sterling's company. Killer Nerd Duology, which was one of their releases last year, along with Witch Academy with Priscilla Barnes, which gotta love me some Witch Academy. Alien Dead was here. So there's a lot of great stuff to check out from Makeflix. I just wanted to go in and like kind of mention them. Don't know the Jodie Foster film, The Accused, only got a Blu-ray. Are you only got a Blu-ray last year? There's so many films, man, that you wouldn't believe like it just recently started getting like Blu-ray releases, and some things even bypass Blu-ray, go right to 4K now. And I think you can see that happen a lot. 4K has become the collector's. It's starting to become the collector's norm. So we're seeing, like, if you look at the Vinegar Syndrome stuff that's coming out, like Curse of Blue Lights is here on Blu-ray, and you got 5 Women for a Killer, Vacation of Terror 2. But at the same time, they were putting out like a ton of like 4K stuff as well in the last few months. We got like 4K coming out for Blade in the Dark, 4K for Showgirls is coming out, 4K for Freeway 2. Primal Rage was a 4K. Massage Parlor Murders 4K came out. We got 4K releases for like a ton of the Sidekicks, From Beyond, Freeway, Roadhouse, just so many 4K stuff now. And let's look right now at the going into print stuff from Vinegar Syndrome. As always, there's only 12 releases, so we will look at the numbers for all these here. We'll go after Blue Money really quick. I mentioned this on my Patreon one, and we got 87 copies left for Blue Money. For Dark Room, we have 106 copies left, so just keep an eye on those two specifically. We're still at 407 for Death Row Game Show, so I think you're good for the sale for that one right there, guys. I know you're going to be good for sale for Don't Answer the Phone because that one's going to have over 1,000, so you're safe with that one. Double Exposure, you're safe with anyway. There's 608 left. It's definitely making it to the sale. There's different versions, but if you want to get the Vinegar Syndrome one, then you want to go with that one. Grandmother's House is down to $7.97. That is definitely safe for the sale, and it's a good film too. In the Cold of Night by Nika Mastorakis is a really, really good movie with a great cast. 166. Keep an eye on that one as well, guys. If you haven't seen this film, it's a lot of fun. Brian Thompson is in this one as kind of like a secondary character, but every scene he's in, he actually steals the show. Brian Thompson would go on to be like you would date actually Nika Mastorakis' daughter, and he would actually star in a Nika Mastorakis film, which he should have got more leading roles. He usually plays bad guys in films. We got Jack Frost here, which we know is also from MVD Rerun, but if you want the Vinegar Syndrome edition of it, there are 324 left. That should make it to the sale. And once it gets down low, though, Jack Frost is going to be one of the ones that people will buy out. Malibu High is at 756, so you're really good with that one. I know, like that's the thing. Like you'd be surprised the stuff that like hasn't made it. Wakefield Pool's final one is down to 185. The Hearse is at 422. Once that's gone, that's a good one too. Once that one's gone, it's gone, but it will make it to sale at 422. And Witch Trap here is at 744. For you're safe with Witch Trap, though those are ones that I look at during the sale. When you're looking at stuff like this, especially like these lower numbered ones, if they make it to the sale, you're going to want to go to the out of print section first and grab those along with grabbing stuff with the slip covers that you want. We'll look at the going out of print partner label stuff here as well. All in all, there's 8 partner labels that are going out of print. Walking the Edge is a really good one. There's 249 left. This is a standard edition, by the way. The slipcover one that I showed on my channel is long out of print. Primetime Panic obviously is going to be hopefully in print over at the other place, but at almost 1,500 copies, you're safe. Like you're safe until the sale. Radio On from Fancy Editions has 179 left, so you're going to want to keep your eye on that one there as well. The Smut Without Smut, Satanic Horror Night as 981. Smut Without Smut Volume 1 sold it really quickly, but Smut Without Smut Volume 2, I guess people were, they had their fill. The Terror Vision Norway here, which I have not seen, by the way, has 851 left, so that you're safe for sale on that one. Killing Sprees over 2,000, you're really safe with that one, guys. Aviva Erotica as 1,279. Yeah, you're good. And last one here, the Rainbow Boys. I did not know this one's going into print. It's Canadian International Pictures release. This one is this is a slip version. I'm not sure if it's going into print, so it is going into print. There's no standard edition of this one. It will not be repressed. This is one I do want. It's a exploitation film with Donald Pleasance in it, and it's well done. The thing to look at now is to look at some of the early limited edition stuff. Let's sort this the right way. I'm going to sort this from old to new. I'm not going to go into the obviously things like actually it's kind of my God, I can't speak. The Lost Films of Herschel Gordon Lewis is down at 727, 22. So you're good with that one. Right now, I don't think Sugar Cookie is going to be under 1,000. No, I won't dive in anything that's under 1,000. That's over 1,000. So all these here, if I'm passing by them, it's because they're there. So 663 for Corruption. That one is an adulter title, so you want to make sure with that one. But it is like one that it's a good one. The Bees is still over 1,000. Blue Ice, and then I don't have to stop at anything that's over 1,000. I had to get pictures again. Like this one it'll eventually sell out. Once it sells out, like if you wanted it, you'll probably want to kick yourself. But if you didn't want it, it's not going to matter. But it's hangs by nothing. 499 right there. I'm pretty sure Don't Answer the Phone is going to be over 1,000. Yeah, it is. Woman's Torment. Her name's Lisa. I'm not even going to touch those because they're going to be over 1,000. Severed Arm, 235. Left on that one right there. Perfect Strangers got 452. All these here are like things I think that are going to make a good sale. If I see something that I think is not going to make a good sale, like I'd say during the sale though, if you want Severed Arm, go and get it right away. More Valley Mask. Remember, you can add on during the sale, so you don't have to worry about like not being able to get something. Like you can go in, order something, go back in, add. Remember, when you're doing this, you want to add to sale, add to your previous order. You don't want to make a second order because you will get charged shipping or initially get charged shipping until they work it out. So make sure once you go in, get the stuff you want right away. What I recommend doing actually is before the site goes down, because a couple days before, like around 24 hours or so before this site goes down, what you want to do, you want to go in, look at stuff that you really, really want, stuff that you're going to grab. You want to put that in your cart and you want to put it in your checklist of titles you want. So even if it's not there right away, just go there, see if it's still in your cart when the site goes live, and you can choose the new stuff that you want as well if you're picking new stuff. But you want to grab the stuff that's either limited edition or going out of print first, because if you don't grab it right away and somebody else grabs it, even if it's in your cart, until you hit that checkout thing to check out, you don't have it. So yeah, mistakes have been made before. I've seen it happen online. I've seen like live videos where people have been like going in and doing like they're doing their cart and like just easily kind of just going through the cart and like saying, okay, I got the limited editions. I'm going to put them in there. And by the time they go to do their final tally, the movies are gone. So we want to grab the stuff early on, and then come back and get the other stuff that you want. And then you can look through it. Like get the stuff you really, really want, then come back, because it's not going to cost you any more, other than you're buying more movies. It's not going to cost you any more for shipping because you've done that. So it's good. You add it to the same order. Cthulhu Mansion is down to 76. Keep a really strong eye on this one if you want this one. It's Juan Picar Simon, who did some fantastic films like Slugs and of course Pieces, movies like that. So you're going to want to keep an eye on that one. 76. It should make it for the sale, but over the next week or so, just see if it goes under 50. When things go low, go under 100, I find that you'll see like they'll mention it on the Vinegar Syndrome Facebook page or on the Vinegar Syndrome Collectors Facebook page along there, and you'll see people go kind of nuts and just start to grab things. Hopefully, it makes it to the sale, but just keep an eye on it just in case. Dark Towers definitely still go with that one. Hitcher in the Dark's a really good title. 920 left, so that's going to make it to sale, no problem. Forgotten Jelly Volume 3's got 693 copies. You're good for that one, guys. Death Promise there has 686, so you're going to be safe for that one right there. I'm only going to stop on things that I think may be low. I still think Six String Samurai is going to be over 1,000. Yeah, it is, because it's not everybody's bag, man. 609 for Homegrown Horrors. I'm not even going to dive into Cardona Collection. I don't give a crap about that one. Terminal Island still over 1,000, which is a shame. It's a really good movie, actually. I do recommend Terminal Island, by the way. Same with Shallow Grave. Just a great film. 981 left on this one. Keep an eye on this one. This is a really good one. It's got a good word of mouth too. Sometimes something can have like a lot left, but the word of mouth will make it really like move it forward during the sale. I've seen things that had almost 1,000 copies left sell out during in one day during a sale, especially if something comes by that's kind of like similar to it. During one sale, they had the Ruben Galante Jr. film, Don't Panic, which a lot of people know because it's basically his Nightmare on Elm Street, and had like the grown man with the dinosaur pajamas. So because that movie came out and it was such a big, it even had dinosaur pajamas. I kid you not, that was part of the sale. I wish I got those pajamas, footy dinosaur pajamas. But what because of that, another movie that was there, The Grave Robbers, great film by the way, kind of like Ruben Galante Jr.'s kind of Friday 13th, sold out. Like there was a ton of copies left, and it sold out like so quickly. People were shocked. This is a VSA right here. There's 628 left. If they all didn't sell at $10, then they're not all going to sell during the sale because this was a $10 one. Resurrection, pretty sure there's 581 left. Actually, not bad. This is Russell McKay film. The guy that did Highlander. Christopher Lambert, the guy stars in Highlander, also stars in this one. It's pretty much a Seven knockoff, but if you like Seven, you're going to enjoy it. It's a fun little film. I would definitely give recommendation to Devil's Story. This one's over 1,000, but it is so weird. It's one of those weird ones. I'm not going to say it's a great film, but it's a interesting, enjoyable film. Nothing Underneath Too Beautiful to Die. This one, that's a shame it was over 1,000. That's a really good Jello, like double feature. The Grave was down to, $10 before. 210 these left. This should sell out during the sale. The Camille Keaton one, which I gave high marks to, is still over 1,000. And I stick with the high marks for that one there. I'm pretty sure Trauma is going to be over 1,000, which is a shame. It's not a general film over 1,000. That just doesn't seem right to me. So look, I bet a Bullet Syndrome. Okay. If a Bullet Syndrome would have been under 1,000 and Trauma would have been over 1,000, this guy would have been pissed off. Ruta Ray Moore box set. If you want that box set, it is going out of print. Not going to say 672 left if you just want the box. If you don't have the movies, you want to get them. There's 123 left on for that one. Carl Richards is in Blood and is in Curfew, so that's a fun little one right there. Forgotten Jelly Volume 4 is over 1,000. This is the one that I need. Definitely one of the cooler ones. Steel and Lace, going after Volume 5 and From Beyond. Good choices. Sister was a $10 one. That one's down there, but I think you're safe with that one, guys. Scary of 61st, I'm not interested in at all. Some of these here 4Ks, like Skid Side X-ray ones, still over 1,000. There's some of these here that are they're cheesy fun. I guess like the Towns of the Eagle stuff, the Jaleel Mayhe, Billy Blank stuff. I can't outright recommend it, but if you like that style film, have fun with it. Miami Connection, yes, everybody should own Miami Connection in the collection. It's just so much fun. Cloak and Daggers. But there's definitely a few here. Righting Wrongs. It's over 1,000 on this one here. It's the Cynthia Rothrock Jan Bo film. More Jan Bo than Cynthia Rothrock, but it's a really cool release. Shriek the Mutilated, I utterly adore. I don't know if I'd upgrade it, but yeah, eventually I will. If I come into, you see me coming into money, you'll know because you'll see me buying a whole bunch of these here cheesy ass films. So when I become rich, guys, here's Volume 5 right here, guys. Still over 1,000 on this one. Got some great stuff here. White Dress for Marielle, Tropical Cancer. Might be my least favorite of 3 on here, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. 9 Guests for a Criminal I liked. For a crime. But it's been ages since I've seen all these films. Definitely a recommendation on their box sets. Like by far. Like except the Rene Cardona one, I can't recommend that because I didn't like it. But that's me. If it's your jam, man, it's your jam. Go for it. This is one person. Some people say it was one person's silly opinion, right? The Birds 2. It's by Rick Rosenthal, the guy that did Halloween 2. I kid you not. And Velour 4K is here. Buried Alive, one of the many movies named Buried Alive that's out there. I do give a strong recommendation to Santo versus Dr. Death. I love those films. George, have a great evening. I need to win that Dream Lotto. Again, Don't Open Until Christmas is a lot of fun too. That's a great one. Evil Laugh, not a great film, like by any stretch of the imagination. Do I want to own it? Yeah, probably, but it's not a good film. It's a cheesy slasher film, but you got to know it's on that like the lower end of the cheesy slasher films. And this is a guy that like super loves the low end of cheesy slasher stuff. Freeway's here and Freeway 2, of course. So that's those are newer stuff. We got Homegrown Horrors Volume 2. This is the one I'm more interested in, the Volume 1. Volume 1 was kind of interesting for me. Volume 2 is slashers. And you guys know I love me some slashers. So this one is way more interesting to me than the first one was. So that's like Made in Hong Kong. I don't think this is going to be on sale during the sale, but this was when did this one come out? If this one came in March, January, February, then yes, then maybe it'll be on sale. And I want this one for Deadly Camp. Like I love Deadly Camp. I had the VCD of Deadly Camp. So people remember what VCDs are. So they're like CDs, right? And because I got it over, it was an Asian release. I got it over from Asia, and I think it was like 2 CDs or something like that to watch the movie on. But Ride Nightmare's cool. Like Demon's Baby's a lot of fun, but Deadly Camp, that's the one for me. Most people say Deadly Camp's the worst of them. For me, like Deadly Camp's the bomb, man. And as we know, we got these like 30s, 40s style films like Flesh and Fantasy, which is a portmanteau film from it's by a French director, I think, and we got like a monster film from VSL, and now there's a VSL box set coming. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they're going to do with the VSL release and how the VSL release is going to tie into the new variant slipcovers for the earlier releases. And there's still a lot of stuff we can do for variant slipcovers as well. But with all that being said, guys, at just over an hour and a half, or just under an hour and a half, I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know you're having you got a nice Saturday to enjoy, and I want to thank you for coming in here and spending some time of it with me. If you're not a member of the Crimson Cult and you want to be, definitely check it out. We have a merch store which definitely needs to be updated sometime soon. I apologize for not having updated the merch store in a while, but I'm definitely going to do that. As well as you can always super chat donate if you want to. If you don't, that's okay too. The most important thing is you come in here, enjoy yourself, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and I will see you here next time in the Cult of Cinema. By the way, if you are a Patreon member, though, there is a live video coming this weekend, so keep an eye out for that. I'll put a link so that you can go in and get ready to have notification there very, very soon in the next few hours.